And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Cam. And Cam writes, "Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Either this year or next, Samuel L. Jackson will return as Nick Fury as he leads the Secret Invasion series. However, on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, which is pretty good by the way, Jackson revealed that he will also be appearing in the Marvels and Ant-Man Quantumania. This means that Fury will appear in 3 projects within a year and reminds me of his frequent presence throughout phase 1 of the MCU. What do you think this indicates about Fury's future in the MCU? Thanks." All right, man. Thanks a lot for sending that in. And yeah, this was really interesting when I heard about this. Of course, we knew Samuel Jackson was coming in to be in Secret Invasion. We knew he had a big part in that. Then he started Instagramming out on set of the Marvels. And that makes sense when you understand his role in the first Captain Marvel film. Makes total sense. I didn't realize he was in Quantumania. Now, I think that news may have come out before, and I just forgot about it. I'm not 100% sure about that. But it's like, wow, we're going to get a lot of Nick Fury in a really short period of time. And they bring up, I think it was Cam wrote in there, Rob, that something I thought was interesting was, you know, for the beginning of the MCU, I mean, Nick Fury really was the connective tissue of the universe, right? And that was really obvious, and they made that very clear. Nick Fury is the connective tissue of everything. But as the MCU moved on, we started to get a big absence of Nick Fury. He would pop up here and there, like he would pop up in like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that's not even in canon for the MCU. He would pop up there. Again, seeing him in Captain Marvel I thought was great, but he wasn't really playing that role anymore. Comes along in Spider-Man Far From Home, and that's great. But it sounds like they're really getting back to that original intention, because by having him appear, number one, in Far From Home, and then now we've got him coming in the Marvels, Secret Wars, Quantumania, and how big or small his role in Quantumania will be, I'm not really sure at this point. That's interesting. But what else was really interesting was he was shooting all 3 of them at the same time. This comes to us from the folks over at Coming Soon who write the following. "Well, you know, it's kind of strange when someone tells you they're going to give you a 9-picture deal," Samuel Jackson said. "You know, you go, how long am I going to have to stay alive to make 9 pictures? Because it used to take a while to make a movie. It still kind of does. But people make 2 or 3 of them at a time. In the Marvel Universe, it's crazy." Samuel Jackson went on to talk about the production schedule of many of Marvel Studios' upcoming films, including how he was recently in London and filming 3 projects: Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, The Marvels, and Disney Plus series Secret Invasion, all at the same time. Samuel Jackson went on to say, "When I was in London just now," said Jackson, "it was Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania and The Marvels was happening, and we were getting ready to do Secret Invasion. So it was like 3 Marvel movies on one lot. I was kind of running around from place to place." And that again comes to us from Coming Soon. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Now, I've told this story before, but just let me highlight it here again quickly. When I got to be the MC for the Avengers Age of Ultron press day. So I had the whole cast. I was at the table with the whole cast and everything like that. But about 10 minutes before the event started, I'm hanging out backstage outside the door, and this golf cart comes up, and Kevin Feige's in the golf cart, and he gets up. So I'm like, "Kevin, how you doing, man?" And he's like, it's insane. Now, this is before there was Disney Plus shows. This was when Marvel was making like maybe 3 movies, 3 projects a year. And he looked frazzled and out of his mind. He goes, "Man," he goes, "I was up all night going over script revisions of this. I just came from this big, long trailer Q&A review for the new Ant-Man movie, blah, blah." And he looked totally frazzled. How they're producing like 6, 7, and 8 projects a year, and how Kevin Feige is managing to keep a sanity, I do not know. But Rob, you've been on a set. Can you imagine trying to shoot 2 things at once, let alone 3? Now, granted, this isn't the whole thing, but if you're Samuel Jackson, he's literally, "Okay, we need Samuel Jackson on set right now." "We can't. He's doing a shot for Quantumania." "Well, when's he going to be free?" "In an hour." But then the Marvels people come in. Sorry, Secret Invasion, we got dibs on him in an hour. And you get this is the scheduling nightmare of that. You got one actor in one lot running back and forth between 3 high-profile projects. Sounds like absolute insanity to me. And something only Samuel L. Jackson can probably pull off. And at least he's playing the same character.
Yeah.
I mean, at least there's that. But Rob, let me ask you. Number one, what does it tell you about maybe how Marvel is viewing and is going to use Nick Fury right now and maybe moving forward, seeing him appearing in 3 high-profile projects right now? And then what do you think about this whole thing about him running around shooting all 3 of these projects at the same time? How do you take this?
Well, I think, first of all, we talked about on the show how do the Avengers even exist? And, at the end, the post-credit scene of Iron Man 1 is Nick Fury approaching Tony Stark for the first time. So I like this idea that with the Avengers in the state that they're in, they bring back the man who started it all and rely on him as kind of a new direction. Somebody's got to put the universe back together. Somebody's got to make sure that the heroes of Earth come together again the way they came together the first time. And I think it's great that they're coming back and bringing Sam Jackson and putting him front and center in these 3 movies. That said, though, if they're on the same lot, if they were shooting at Pinewood or Leavesden, wherever they're shooting, wherever Marvel is set up in England, because you're there, it's not, I don't think, as hard as you'd think, especially as you just pointed out that he's playing the same character. As long as they're scheduled properly, like he'll do 2 weeks on one movie, and then 2 weeks on another movie, and then 2 weeks on another movie, or even longer or shorter, depending on how I've not read the scripts. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they would schedule that, and that's what a great production manager, and that's what a great first AD, and that's what a great UPM production manager does. And I think they probably, John, these movies are they're finely tuned machines now. And I think that this, if anybody could pull something like this off pretty painlessly, it would be Marvel Studios, because they've got this stuff down to a T.
Well, you kind of have to. But I want to remind everybody, Samuel L. Jackson is 73 years old, which he comes across to me as nothing outside of his mid-50s.
Right.
Like, this guy's energy and power and everything he still brings all to his roles.
When you see him on talk shows, he's hilarious.
Oh, he's so funny, and he's blunt, and he's direct, and he's open. But again, this is a 73-year-old guy running in between sets, shooting 3 movies or 3 series and projects at the same time. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? With Samuel L. Jackson appearing in 3 upcoming projects, what does that tell you about how they're positioning this character, Nick Fury, for now and maybe in the future of the MCU? Does it tell you anything at all? What do you think about the idea that he was filming 3 things all at the same time on the same lot? That I think is just nutty. Anyway, guys, whatever your thoughts are, jump on down into the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Peloton. Now listen, in the never-ending quest to try to stay in shape, one of the keys is to vary up your workout and your exercises to make sure you avoid losing your motivation and keep from getting burnt out from doing the same thing over and over again. Peloton has you covered. I know for me, one of the keys was getting my Peloton tread and using the Peloton app to get my varied workouts in. And Peloton just keeps pushing you forward with new classes, new music, new ways to keep your workouts fun and motivating. One of the newer offerings that has me personally really excited is their boxing classes. Peloton is stepping into the ring with its newest discipline, and you don't even have to have any gloves. Discover a fast, furious, and fun workout with Peloton instructors in your corner. Even if you've never boxed before, these classes will have you working up a sweat while working on the fundamentals of form, footwork, and fun combos that will keep you on your toes. Peloton has a workout for every day and every kind of schedule. So guys, right now, visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's ONEPELOTON.com.